Good morning, television family. Thanks for joining us again. We're back at it. We're here. We're going to work. We may even work hard today. We'll find out together. 29th day of May 2025. According to my calendar, that makes it a Thursday. And I'm Dan Kuntz, and if you haven't been outside yet, it is mild. I get up a little bit after 3 o'clock each morning because I have to in order to pull this show off. And it was 70 degrees. We've cooled down a couple. It's 68 right now, but we had a very warm day yesterday. We got all the way up to 89, just about what we were thinking, right in that ballpark. And then the clouds rolled in overnight, trapped the heat. That's why it's so warm. But we're not going to get much warmer than what we are right now. We're going to be about 10 degrees cooler today. It is a cold front that's coming in, and it's already windy. The wind is out of the west-northwest at 20 miles an hour right now at Payne-Moore Memorial Airport, and it's going to be windier than that today. So obviously fire concerns, and of course bone dry relative humidity. Of course they have the Second Creek fire up above the Chumstick in the Leavenworth area. That's still hanging around at about a little over 60 acres. But they're going to be all over that today, as you might imagine, before anything may happen. All those weather details are coming up. The big story is going to be the wind today. The clouds that you see behind me, they're going to be departing. We'll have quite a bit of sunshine by about noon, and then sunshine for the rest of the day today. Very warm on Friday, very warm and breezy on Saturday. Saturday is another concern. It's going to be windy again on Saturday, and it's going to be hot, close to 90, and then we go back down again. We're all over the place. Weather on the way, news, lots of it. On the way, sports, the Mariners laid a big fat egg, without question their worst loss of the year. Last night, the Nationals showed up to T-Mobile Park. The Mariners didn't. Highlights, if you will, when we talk about that. And that's a friendly reminder, Apple Sox baseball, their 25th season, kicks off tomorrow. Well, not kicks off, begins tomorrow. That was a football terminology. We'll be there, of course, to televise it, the Yakima Valley Pippins, the Wenatchee Valley Apple Sox at Paul Thomas Senior Stadium. We will be there. It's going to be a beautiful night at the ballpark. In the back half of the program, Tara Sokol, who handles the marketing and the communications for the Wenatchee Valley Museum and Cultural Center. They have a bunch of stuff going on, including the self-guided historic homes tour, which takes place this weekend. We'll have that as well. And it's Thursday, Pause for Pets. Sugarfoot the cat needs a permanent home, and we'll check in with our friends at the Wenatchee Valley Humane Society. It's tour time. Let's see what our cameras have in store for us today. There are the clouds already beginning to blow. If you go outside, you'll see the clouds moving at a pretty good clip as the system rolls through. It began rolling through really late yesterday afternoon into the evening hours, and then the clouds really began to thicken up while I was sleeping anyway. But we got to 89 on Wednesday. Our normal high is 74. It was a beautiful day yesterday. Our overnight low was 57. Our normal overnight low was 52. It was a mild day any way you look at it. Beautiful view from our Wenatchee Heights camera, but boy, you can certainly tell that the foothills are drying out. They're getting browner and browner with each day. Camera number 2. Good morning to Lake Chelan. I want to think that's possibly our Bear Mountain camera. Can't remember what camera that may be. That's obviously Wapato Point. My friends up at Lake Chelan said the lake has gone up rather dramatically just over the last 3 or 4 days. It's gone up a lot. Of course, there's a lot of snowmelt going on, and the Stehekin River is right at bank full. And even though there's a lot of streams that feed into Lake Chelan, it's the Stehekin that's the main feeder up at the top, and it's roaring right now with all of the snow melting in the upper elevation. So just in the last 3 days, Lake Chelan has gone up a lot in level there. Hello, Wapato Point and Manson. Good to see you. Camera number 3. We're off, I think, to Blag Mountain. Somewhere down there is the Second Creek fire. I'm pretty sure that's Blag Mountain. Looks like they're getting a little bit of light rain up there. That camera's way up there. That camera's about 4,300, 4,400 feet above sea level. It's a ways up there. We're looking out towards the Chumstick from Blag Mountain. Blag Mountain itself towers above Peshastin. Looks like it's a little windy and a little rainy up there. And finally, camera 4. Lake Wenatchee chimes in. A little windy there, too. Don't see any rain on the camera lens, but a little windy, and the snow is all gone now on Dirty Face and continues to recede up the White River Valley. Good morning to Lake Wenatchee. As you can see the lake. A little choppy this morning. I got some wind up there. Everybody, by the way, is very, very mild. It's already 70 in Ephrata. We were at 70 degrees, as I mentioned before, for a little while early this morning. If this slide looks familiar, if you watched yesterday's show, well, it is. But the concern is still there. especially this afternoon. Yesterday's relative humidity in the Wenatchee Valley got all the way down to 21%. That's pretty dry. We do have the winds. We do have the low relative humidity. What we don't have is a lot of heat. That's why we don't have a red flag warning. That's the three elements that make up the recipe for a red flag warning. So they haven't issued one yet. They may, but it's not going to be hot enough for a red flag warning. But again, any kind of grassland fire especially could really take off if in fact that happens. Hopefully we won't have any lightning strikes. Once we get through to about 9 this morning, we should be okay. From the National Weather Service, breezy. Clouds this morning, and then gradually the clouds will be clearing out. They'll take their sweet time, but they'll do it. We'll get up to about 78, so we're going to be about 10 degrees cooler than we were yesterday, and windy all day today. Morning winds about 14 to 22 miles an hour, gusts above 30 for the Wenatchee Valley. Other locations will see gusts pushing 40 miles an hour. Clear tonight, still breezy. It will eventually, over the course of time, gradually die down, but it's going to take a while. We could still see wind gusts anyway at 30 miles an hour tonight, and our overnight low right about normal, 52. And then we have two very nice days, if you don't mind the wind, on Saturday. Going to be a beautiful day at the ballpark tomorrow night. Sunshine, mid-80s, beautiful, very little wind. A couple of clouds popping in and out on Friday night. Saturday, sunshine pretty much all day, but pretty windy at times, especially on Saturday afternoon. It's going to be windy on Saturday night, 54 for the overnight low. Then another cold front rolls in on Sunday, but there's no real wind associated with it. It's going to be actually very comfortable. 75 on Sunday with lots of sunshine. Monday, 75, lots of sunshine, couple of clouds Monday night, and then we go back up to near 80 by Tuesday and Wednesday. Temperatures are all over the board. Look at that. All right, we're going to take a break. When we come back, it was a busy day in the newsroom, and I'm going to prove that to you with the news. It's 2 minutes away. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCWLIFE channel.
A ductless unit from Carrier can keep anyone comfortable. Take Shelly, for instance. She finds me time in her new attic-turned-home gym. And with her Carrier ductless unit, the temperature is always perfect. No matter how intense her workout gets. Carrier. Total comfort, totally happy.
Turn to the experts, Carrier and Alpine Air. Heat and air, call Alpine Air.
Hi, I'm Amanda Walden with A. Walden Insurance Group. Medicare can be overwhelming, but you don't have to figure it out alone. I've been helping people understand their Medicare options for over a decade. Medicare isn't a one-size-fits-all. I'll help you understand your coverage options so you can feel confident in your decisions. Let's find the right Medicare plan for you. Call me today or come and see me at my office located on South Chelan Avenue in Wenatchee between the YMCA and the Social Security office. I look forward to meeting you soon.
Tour Moses Lake just a gas tank away. With its abundance of outdoor activities, Moses Lake is a great place to visit. From fishing and boating to exploring the city's attractions, there is no shortage of things to do. Whether you're enjoying any one of the variety of restaurants with the family or an adventure-filled day with friends, Moses Lake has something for everyone. TourMosesLake.com and start your adventure today.
Central Washington Water understands the power of healing waters. If part of your wellness routine includes hot heat from a sauna, Central Washington Water now carries indoor and outdoor infrared and hot rock saunas by Tilo. Research shows there are many health benefits to a cold plunge after a good workout or relaxing time in your sauna. Harness the power of water in a hot spring spa, plug-and-play spas, a Tilo sauna, or a cold plunge tub. Stop by Central Washington Water, your wellness experts.
Pretty significant cloud cover, 68 degrees. It is very mild. We'll only be up to about 78 today. Could see a little rain this morning. Lots of wind all day today, and then we warm up on Friday and Saturday, and we cool right back down on Sunday and Monday. It's just about 10 minutes after the hour. Douglas County and its partners are hoping to turn the Wenatchee landing parcel into a major commercial development, and they're hoping Senator Patty Murray can help them pull it off. The Washington Democrat visited East Wenatchee and the proposed site at the 300-acre property yesterday afternoon. Just one day earlier, county commissioners voted to create a tax increment finance district to help pay for its creation. Attracting retail and hospitality businesses to the area near the Otabashian Bridge will require an estimated $60 million in transportation improvements alone. And that's where officials hope Murray can help. Douglas County has asked for about $18 million from the current Congress to start work on a key interchange at Empire Avenue and 35th Street Northwest. Murray told reporters she's working with Congressman Dan Newhouse to try and push the money through.
This is a very challenging time, I'm not going to lie to you. We have an administration that isn't spending things as directed. A lot of that's in courts right now. I expect that to be resolved on the Congress's side. But it is causing a lot of uncertainty. But, you know, I've been around a long time, and you just put your heart in it. You work hard, and you convince people. That's how you get funding for projects like this. And certainly with this community so fully behind this and can really see this vision, it is one worth fighting for. I have seen a lot of projects over the years where people are divided and fighting about it. It takes a lot longer and oftentimes gets so complicated it doesn't get done. When you come to a community like this and everybody's in, everybody's saying, what can I do? What's my part? It really helps me be able to do our part at the federal government and help the community out.
A former Eastmont School District employee is now free of allegations that he sexually abused a child. Chelan County prosecutors agreed Wednesday to dismiss all the charges, including child rape, against 42-year-old Nicholas Joseph Turner of Wenatchee, saying they did not have enough evidence to support their case. Turner formerly worked as a custodian at Kenroy Elementary School. He was suspended by the district after he was arrested by Wenatchee police in September of 2023 and then resigned from his job last November. The prosecution was based on a disclosure to a counselor by a teenage relative who claimed that Turner had abused her. At the age of 3, Turner's lawyer, Brandon Riddell, said he believed his client was the victim of a rush to judgment. The city of Wenatchee filed an order on May 12th seeking to revoke the conditional use permit for the Lighthouse Christian Ministries Columbia Street property. The city received multiple nuisance complaints from businesses and employees located in the general area of the local homeless outreach organization, which serves about 400 visitors each month. The complaints included litter, trespassing, parking violations, and more. The city then launched an investigation which found the lighthouse was in violation of multiple permit conditions, including failure to confine operations to the property and failure to have 3 property exits and more. The revocation was to go into effect tomorrow, but Lighthouse Executive Director Sean Arrington filed an appeal on Tuesday, so the organization will be allowed to stay open and operational through the appeal period. The Second Creek fire, burning above the Chumpstick Valley north of Leavenworth, is now at about 64 acres in size. It's burning on National Forest land. No structures have been lost, no injuries reported so far. The fire was first reported just before noon on Monday, Memorial Day. A level 1 advisory was issued Tuesday afternoon by Chelan County Emergency Management, notifying nearby residents to be aware of the fire. It remains in effect for the entirety of the Second Creek Road after it turns off from Mary Canyon Road. The Department of Natural Resources took over fire management this morning in response to dry weather and possible winds. Fire districts serving in that area, including Leavenworth and Lake Wenatchee, have instituted a ban on outdoor burning effective now. Recreational campfires can still be conducted in an approved fire ring. Planned Parenthood of Greater Wenatchee and North Idaho, which operates a clinic in Wenatchee, they're going to be forced to dig into their reserve funds after a huge loss in state funding. The Washington state budget was signed by Governor Bob Ferguson on May 20th, and it cuts $8.5 million in funding to the state's abortion access project. That program was created after the 2022 U.S. Supreme Court decision to overturn Roe v. Wade, which ended the nationwide constitutional right to an abortion. Planned Parenthood Chief External Affairs Officer Lindsay Johnson told us the state funding supported direct financial assistance, security measures, and workforce assistance. Johnson said the loss of state funding comes as Planned Parenthood also braces for federal funding cuts. The city of Wenatchee is constantly trying to improve its parks, including the $3 million project to make Lincoln Park more accessible and welcoming, but the parks office is already dealing with new damage to the facilities all over town. Almost every park has been affected. As Parks and Recreation Director Dave Erickson told me, it's become a constant effort to keep the city's parks clean and appealing.
Pioneer Park bathrooms, they broke the urinals. Lincoln Park, they kicked out the stall partition doors. Washington Park got tagged on the restrooms. Methow Park tagged inside and outside the restroom. So lots of targets that we have to address on a daily basis.
The neighborhoods around these parks, the people are usually very good stewards. It's always those 2 or 3 bad apples, isn't it?
Correct. Yeah, it's probably, 95% of the people are fine. It's that 5% that come in and do things that they shouldn't be doing.
It's become almost a year-round problem now for you guys.
It is, yeah. You can almost guarantee 2 weeks after school got out, that's when we would start seeing some vandalism. People got bored. And now it is nearly every day. There's something happening in each of the parks. In fact, last year we spent almost $193,000 responding to vandalism incidents in the parks.
Is that something you have to budget for?
We do, yep.
And every year it probably has to go up a little bit?
Every year, and we have a budget line item. We thought, okay, this certain amount should be fine based on previous years, and just over the last maybe 3 or 4 years, it's escalated dramatically. So depends on what they break too. We had a car drive into Lincoln Park over the sidewalk down the grass area, did $25,000 worth of damage because they bullseyed the main electrical panel for the park. And so we had to replace all of that here just maybe a month ago.
And there isn't really an answer, is there? I mean, security cameras are security cameras, but if you really don't want to get caught and you work hard enough, you're not going to.
Yeah, we've done all the various things that are recommended out there. We designed the features so that way they're harder to vandalize. We have changed the park around, better lighting, security cameras, as you mentioned. Outside of having full-time security officers in the parks, that's really about the only thing. And even say Hale Park, for example, it's so long, somebody could do something in less than 30 seconds at one end and the security guard could be at the other end. So it's a challenge.
Washington Attorney General Nick Brown and 15 other states filed a lawsuit against the Trump administration yesterday over its attempts to cut National Science Foundation programs and funding. The AG's office said the proposed caps on NSF funding would cut essential research and infrastructure, lead to projects being abandoned, and staff layoffs. Last week, U.S. Senator Maria Cantwell led a roundtable discussion of scientists to discuss the potential impact of the proposed cuts. One of those scientists is the director of the AI Institute on Agricultural Decision Support and Workforce Development. The Ag Aid Institute has partners across the country, including the Washington State University Tree Fruit Research Center and Wenatchee Valley College.
The work we do at the Institute brings more data and science-guided information to agricultural decision-making process, carried out by a broad range of high-value specialty crop farmers that include growers, farm managers, and workers in a state like Washington State. We build tools and workflows and to help mitigate the effects of labor costs and shortages, and to better manage regional resources such as water. We also are preparing the next generation workforce in AI, starting pretty much at the K through 12 level, starting with the American youth, in other words, using programs like the Future Farmers of America that aligns well with the new executive order on advancing AI education for American youth. This work is ushering in a new age of strength for American food producers and helping to ensure that we have secure, resilient, and reliable food systems, because we know food security is also nation's national security. Agricultural cybersecurity is also becoming a very important area for future investment here. WSU researchers are working on cutting-edge security research across the entire computing stack, spanning hardware, software systems, and the web and the applications to precision agriculture. This research integrates AI to enhance the resilience of agricultural systems against cyber threats. We are deeply concerned about the nearly $5 billion in cuts to NSF, which will directly undercut this vital work and also our nation's ability to remain globally competitive. Critically, NSF funding also supports the development of future workforce, and without it, we'll fall behind in our ability to produce the much needed next generation of AI-ready graduates. Impacts of these cuts would go far beyond agricultural AI into areas that universities like WSU are heavily invested in and are really hard at work on an everyday basis, like areas like aquaculture applications, smart health, smart power grid, cybersecurity, and also integration of robotics and other forms of AI into several sectors like the manufacturing sectors and the production fields.
And a new performance stage will be unveiled at the Pybus Public Market next week. The grand opening of the rail car stage will be on June 7th. There'll be a ribbon cutting ceremony. It's a free event. It's open to anybody who wants to go. There'll even be a live performance by the Just Us Band. The Pybus Foundation said the rail car stage is a symbol of the organization's commitment to creating a vibrant hub where the community can come together. The ribbon cutting ceremony, 3 o'clock on June 7th. The music will follow. And that's the news at 21 minutes after the hour. Even though it's only a 4-day week, it seems like a 6-day week. We've been busy in the newsroom, and today will be no exception. So the news tonight at 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, and 10 o'clock right here on this very television station, 5, 6, and 10 on TV. Those are the air times. But I know you don't live like that. You got to catch the news when you have the time to catch the news. So we put it on the web too, which is pretty cool. We'll have a link to it on our Facebook page. We'll have a link to our news. Well, no, our news will actually be on our YouTube page and, of course, our homepage. It's always there, NCWLIFE.com. If you have a news tip, send us an email, news@NCWLIFE.com. Sports is next. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCWLIFE channel.
There's no place like home, because home is where we're totally comfortable. It's where we can be ourselves and let our guards down. It's where we make memories, and we're always imagining new ways to keep it totally comfortable. Carrier, total comfort, totally happy.
Turn to the experts, Carrier and Alpine Air. Heat and air, call Alpine Air.
The Surf and Slide Water Park is open from Memorial Day through Labor Day. Surf and Slide is located in the heart of Central Washington in Moses Lake with activities for all ages and abilities. Check out Surf and Slide's Flow Rider Surfing Simulator, Lazy River, 2 200-foot water slides, tube slides, and diving boards. Our children's area includes a Treasure Island water structure, splash pad, and baby octopus slide. For season passes, visit us online or find Surf and Slide on Facebook.
Craving fresh Asian comfort food? Steam Panda is Wenatchee's popular family-friendly Asian restaurant. They focus on providing guests with delicious, healthy, fresh, and natural dishes for an affordable price. It's time to enjoy one of their many popular house-made soup dumplings, ramen noodles, or pho dishes. And make sure to ask about their lunch and chef specials on sushi rolls. Steam Panda's Hawaiian poke bowl and salads are excellent with your favorite boba tea. Stop by or order online at Steam Panda today.
Caught in a conflict? Family, workplace, neighbor, business, housing disputes? Wenatchee Valley Dispute Resolution Center provides mediation services, a cost-effective and efficient way to provide a written resolution to disputes and issues. Plus, we offer mediation training and community education on conflict resolution and communication skills. Contact us to learn more.
24 minutes after the hour, sports. The Mariners suffered their worst loss of the season last night. They got shut out by the Nationals 9-0 at T-Mobile Park. George Kirby gave up consecutive solo homers to Louis Garcia Jr. Josh Bell hit a homer. James Wood connected in the 5th inning. That made it 6-0.
That is well struck out to deep right center. Really well struck. See you later. They caught everything he hit out there last night, so he decided to just leave the yard. And on Garcia's 5th, the Nats on top.
Oh, Bob, I think we got our answer. That ball is carrying. 110 off the bat right there for Luis Garcia.
Payoff again. And Bell, this is well hit to left. It's in the air a long time. See you later. Number 7 for the Nats DH. 2-0.
Oh, this one feels good here for Josh Bell. Oppo into the Nats bullpen.
Nice. Off speed, and he takes it the other way. Garcia around third. We've got a play at the plate. Nope, it's cut off. Throw from Arozarena came up a little bit short. And how about the Nats?
Yeah, I mean, it's going to keep you here. It's going to keep you sane.
Here's another one the other way by Tana. Bell around third. Here comes Hassel, and he's going to run, and they're going to throw to the plate, and it's offline. And two more for the Nats. The throw missed the catcher and went to Kirby, who was backing up. And he launches this one to right. See you later into the Seattle evening. And the Nats lead 6-0 on number 15.
Wow. 113 down and in slider. James Wood.
3-2, and he jacks one to right center. Heading for the seats, number 1 for Hassel. See you later. It's 7-0 Washington.
Elevate the celebrant, kid. Robert Hassel III, first big league bomb.
He's going to line one to left center to add to this lead. Another extra base hit. Lyle home. Screaming around third is Abrams. The throw home is late, and the route is on big time here in Seattle. Cal Raleigh. In the air to center. Into the twilight.
Oh, he didn't see it.
Hassel doesn't see it. And now he does. And after he hit his first career homer,
Don't throw that one.
the Nats have won it here in Seattle. A decisive 9-0 win.
Well, I think we need to say first and foremost, what an effort tonight by Trevor Williams going 6.
Manager Dan Wilson commented that, yeah, Kirby struggled, but the bullpen looked good in long relief.
We've talked about him getting back into it, and you know, again, I thought a couple of times made some decent pitches, but you know, they just were able to go with it or you know, stay on it enough to get it into the outfield and you know, get the hit. So you know, again, I think it's, you know, him getting to the 80 pitch mark tonight was good, and another one to build on for sure. Yeah, I thought, you know, Kowar, I thought he threw the ball very well. You know, great to see him back out on the mound, as we talked about prior to the game. You know, getting a chance to get in there tonight and you know, get his feet wet, you know, for us. And again, that's been a long journey back for him, and great to see that. And then Blas Castano getting his first taste of the big leagues out on the mound, and you know, getting his first punch out too. You know, amidst a tough night, you know, some pretty cool moments too. A couple of those guys are, you know, they've got some good hitters in that lineup, and some guys with power. And you know, Wood has been a guy that's been hot, and you know, Bell traditionally has hit some homers. So you know, I thought you know, sometimes, you know, I think a couple of those pitches maybe caught a little bit too much plate, but you know, outside of that, I thought you know, you tip your cap sometimes, and but again, tonight's the night to move on from, and come back tomorrow and get them.
Tomorrow is today. Mariners and Nationals wrap up their series tonight, 6:40. Emerson Hancock will take on the Nationals' Mackenzie Gore. Then the Twins come visiting over the weekend. To the scoreboard we go. The Mariners' lead over the Astros is now just a half a game. They took care of the Athletics. The Mariners' lead over the Rangers, 4.5. The Blue Jays knocked them off, and the Yankees made their one run in the top of the first inning hold up, shutting out the Angels 1-0. And Apple Sox baseball returns tomorrow, as do we. Eric Granstrom and Brendan Schmidt with the call. 6:30 pregame, 6:35 first pitch. Apple Sox baseball, their 25th season gets underway tomorrow, and we will be there. And those are just some of the games that people are playing. At 29 minutes after the hour, a happy National Paperclip Day today. And if you ever wanted to know why paper clips are so cheap, it's because nobody ever bothered to patent the paperclip. They think the paperclip was invented about 150 years ago, but nobody patented it, which means you can manufacture paper clips and not have to pay anybody any royalties. By the way, we buy about 11 billion. We buy 11 billion just in the United States every year. Some people believe that the first paperclip was actually invented in Norway, and of course in Norway during World War II, people under the occupation by Nazi Germany, they would wear paperclips to show resistance. And of course, when you get an email with a paperclip, don't forget, there's an attachment. Happy National Paperclip Day today. It is a national holiday. There will be no school. Bottom of the hour. Today in history, guess that state. There's the flag. I'll give you a quick second here. It's one of my favorite flags. Certainly one of the top 5 flags. Anybody? Take a look at it. Rhode Island, the 13th state to ratify the Constitution, so it was the last of the original colonies to join the Union as the 13th. The smallest state, of course, is Rhode Island. It's known as the Ocean State, although it has very little coastline. Go figure. That is the state motto right in the middle of the flag you see there. It's called Hope. Rhode Island is divided into 5 counties, but no county governments. The entire state is divided into 39 cities and towns, and those 39 cities and towns handle all local government affairs and ordinances. Rhode Island is one of the states that does not house its governor in an official residence. California, Arizona, Massachusetts, Idaho, and Rhode Island. So if you're elected to the governor, you got to find a place to live. And Rhode Island, by the way, was the very first colony to tell George III to shove it. They were the first colony to renounce their allegiance to the crown. Then the others fell into rule. Happy 235th birthday to Rhode Island. Happy 177th birthday to Wisconsin. You're not going to have to worry about trying to guess that state flag. The Badger State. The state song, of course, is on Wisconsin. Wisconsin produces more milk than any other state. For a long time, margarine was illegal in Wisconsin until 1967, and even after that, if you served butter, or if you served margarine in a public place like a restaurant, you still had to serve butter as well. They finally lifted that restriction in 2011. And if you're a snowmobiler, move to Wisconsin. They have 15,210 miles of groomed snow highways for you enthusiasts. Wisconsin joined the Union on this date in 1848. 103 years ago, May 29th, 1922, the case, Federal Baseball Club v. National League. The United States Supreme Court, in a unanimous ruling written by Justice Oliver Wendell Holmes Jr., the court rules that Major League Baseball is a sport and not a business, and is therefore exempt from antitrust laws. They are the only sport, professional sport in this country, that is exempt from antitrust laws. They get challenged every once in a while, and they still uphold the case. And 72 years ago today, Edmund Hillary and his Sherpa, Tenzing Norgay, becomes the very first people to reach the summit of Mount Everest. They did it. They also measured it. Nobody had ever been to the summit of Mount Everest before until this date in 1953, so everybody knew exactly how tall Mount Everest was, but of course, Edmund and Tenzing, they could measure it, and they measured it as exactly 29,000 feet. And they said, nobody's going to believe that the tallest mountain in the world is exactly 29,000 feet, so they added the extra 2 feet just to do it. We now know with modern mapping that Mount Everest is 29,031 feet and 8½ inches tall. They did it, and now everybody is. We got 2 heavenly birthdays today. Bob Hope. Leslie Towns Hope, born in England, as a child moved to Cleveland and became one of the most famous comedians in this country's history. Bob Hope, born in the state in 1903. And the President of the United States, the 35th President, JFK, the first Roman Catholic president. He hated wearing hats. He hated shaking hands. Didn't like to do that at all. And JFK could read 2,000 words a minute with 95% comprehension. That's pretty impressive. And of course, he was the shortest lifespan of any president, shot to death at the age of 46. For heat and air, call Alpine Air. For heat and air, call Alpine Air. They are our platinum sponsor. It's a new opinion from Mike McNaughty. You've never seen it because we've never aired it. Tara Sokol from the Wenatchee Valley Museum and Cultural Center will be joining me as well. But first things first, Sugar Daddy the cat needs a home. Pause for pets.
You trust the same doctor for your health and the same dentist for your smile. Trust Global Car Care to keep your vehicle running strong. We track your car's history so it gets the right care at the right time. With our 3-year, 36,000-mile warranty on parts and labor, you'll drive away with confidence. Global Car Care, your automotive experts. We service all makes and models, but specialize in Sprinter vans, Mercedes, Audi, Volkswagen, and BMW. Call or visit us today.
Les Schwab changed the tire game more than 70 years ago. Today, we still believe you should get more from less. Like more hustle, less hassle. More of the best service around, less of the runaround. Because we include America's best tire warranty in every tire we sell. So you get more unbeatable warranty, less charging you extra. It's why we're more than proud to say, you get more from less.
It's the NCWLIFE Community Calendar, a presentation of Apple Valley Honda. The Wenatchee Valley Museum and Cultural Center is once again teaming up with Wenatchee's Historic Preservation Board to host another Historic Homes Tour on May 31st. It's a self-guided tour that offers a rare look inside private historic properties that are not generally open to the public. The tour concludes with a reception at the museum for members and homeowners. Register by going to the museum's website.
Welcome to Mountain Chick Floral, your go-to flower and plant shop in downtown Wenatchee. Explore their wide variety of unusual and fun plants. And when you buy a plant in a container, they'll pot it up for you absolutely free. Birthday or weddings, they'll create the perfect floral arrangement for you. Brighten up your office with fresh blooms delivered to your door or business. Ask about floral subscriptions. Visit Mountain Chick Floral today, where every occasion is a reason to celebrate with flowers.
Hello, I'm Shelby. I'm the marketing coordinator here at Wenatchee Valley Humane Society. This week, our pet of the week is Sugar Daddy. Sugar Daddy is about 1 year old. He came to us as an owner surrender. You might be wondering, why is his name Sugar Daddy? So we recently added the daddy part. Because he was an owner surrender, he did already come with a name, and it was Sugar. But we kept misgendering him, and so we added the daddy part so that way everyone can understand that he's a he and not a she. He came to us at first really scared and shy. It was really hard to handle him at first because he just didn't want anything to do with us. So we gave him some decompression time, which is when we gave them a couple of days with 0 human contact within their kennel, so that way they can become acclimated and hopefully, he's crazy, settle down a bit. And so we did that with him, and he opened right up. He became really affiliative after that, so he started seeking human interaction and affection. So how I get started with him is I'll just pick a place, sit down, and then he'll come right up to me and immediately lay down and ask for a bunch of head scratches. That is the way to his heart, is head scratches. He's also neutered, so you don't have to worry about any other kittens with this guy. Overall, I think that Sugar would be a great accompaniment to any family. I think he would be a great household pet. He could be indoors or outdoors, to be honest. Just make sure he has his essentials, his food and water, and he would love to connect with any family, indoors or outdoors. So he would love to just hang out on your couch, or if you have a backyard, he would like to spend some time out there exploring. If you would like to meet Sugar, we are closed on Wednesdays, but we are open Thursday through Tuesday, 12:30 to 6 p.m. Sugar would love to meet you, and he's excited to get his forever family.
Give them a call at 509-662-9577 or visit their website at wenatcheehumane.org.
This is Mike Mad Dog Magnotti, and everybody is entitled to my opinion. Now consider this. If you're a white person like me and not a member of the Mayflower Society, you have to realize that virtually every black person and every Native American in this country has a longer history of being an American than you and I have. Actually, this longevity applies to many of our Hispanic citizens as well. However, the current administration, in their dismantling of the ideals of equity, diversity, and inclusion, is actively working to deny non-white citizens the recognition and acceptance they deserve. Now, if my research is correct, all this being done by someone whose paternal ancestor, Friedrich Trump, didn't immigrate to the United States until 1885. Friedrich's wife, Elizabeth Christ, didn't get here until 1902. Huh. I wonder if they got here legally. This is Mike Mad Dog Magnotti, and that's my opinion.
Oh, happy day, Wenatchee Valley. Collins Fashions is looking forward to our famous summer weather. We are fully stocked with shorts, capris, skirts, tees, and tanks. Summer dresses have all arrived in many styles and colors. Special occasion dresses are on full display, and we have something for everyone. Collins is your Brighton headquarters with jewelry, handbags, charms, and sunglasses. We invite you to visit Collins, where fun meets fashion in downtown Wenatchee.
How are things going with your parenting plan?
Amanda and I decided to do mediation with the Colombian Basin Dispute Resolution Center. We really wanted to avoid the costly attorney fees.
I didn't even know mediation was an option.
Yeah, they even train people to become mediators. They did such a good job, I'm actually considering taking the training myself.
I'm so happy for you guys. When parents work together, it seems everyone is happier.
Their mediators really listen to your wants and needs. I'm really happy with the outcome. Coming, buddy.
Highlander Golf Course and Grill, located in East Wenatchee, offers terrific views and challenging play for golfers at every skill level. From the golf course to the grill, you don't need to be a member to dine in style and play golf too. Highlander's well-groomed fairways and greens keep it difficult, yet friendly for your regular rounds of golf or a new destination for you and your out-of-town friends. Contact the Highlander Pro Shop today to schedule your tee time, outing, or tournament. Open 7 days a week, where everyone is welcome to play and eat.
Did somebody turn off the lights? Don't forget your seatbelt.
This car won't start until you buckle up.
Seatbelt, Grandma.
Oh.
1 2 take up.
Buckle up, Buttercup.
However you say it, it's perfect. Together, we get there.
Welcome back to the program. At least once a month, even more, if conditions allow, we'd like to come right down the street from our very studios to the Wenatchee Valley Museum and Cultural Center, because they ain't bored around here. They have a lot on their plate, and every time we come down, we either visit with Mariah Thornack, who runs the place, or Tara Sokol, who really runs the place, and that's safe to say.
No, that's not an accurate statement at any capacity.
It's full on spring. You guys had a pretty good first quarter, didn't you? You guys were busy.
Oh yes, we are all feeling it this month. We just had a staff meeting not that long ago, and we were all just like, just a few more weeks and May is done. So we're going through it, but we are enjoying it, and we have a lot of fun events.
Yeah. And we need to start out with something I think is really cool. They've teamed up again with the Wenatchee Historic Preservation Board to do the annual self-guided historic homes tour. Some of them are old favorites, like the Wells House, which is on every year. And every year you get some new property owners to agree to let total strangers walk through their homes and check out some of the really cool places. You've probably driven by them a bunch of times. We'll start out with the famous mausoleum by Wenatchee High School, which was tucked away and hidden by a substation and bushes and trees for years. Now it's right there for you to see. People drive by that all the time on Miller Street. Never been in it. Let's start with that.
Yeah, for sure. That one's going to be really exciting. We are going to have a bunch of posters sort of illustrating the history of the Home of Peace Mausoleum. It was built in the early 20th century. It houses a lot of Wenatchee mayors that are currently in there and a lot of the early settlers who came to the city of Wenatchee. It also housed, I believe, some folks who unfortunately passed away from the Spanish flu. So there's a lot of history tucked into that building, and we also have some folks who are resting there who are also the original homeowners of some of the other homes on our tour, which is quite fascinating. So we're going to hope to highlight that during the tour as well.
Yeah, in fact, you brought that up, and I'll bring this up right now. There's the house on South Miller Street, the Weatherwood home on South Miller Street. Driven by there 100 times. Cool looking home, really neat. And now on the 31st of this month, on Saturday, you get to see the inside.
Yeah, that's going to be really, really exciting. I mean, I actually, maybe I shouldn't share like how close I live to this house, but I live pretty close to the Pershing home as well. So I'm really excited to check that out as well.
So does the City of Wenatchee's Historic Preservation Board make these suggestions, or do you two as a tandem go to the property owners and say, you have an historic home and a historic piece of property, we'd like to open it up to the public?
Well, it's mostly my coworker Shannon who helps establish the program alongside Kirsten Larson with the Wenatchee Historic Preservation Board. She's a city planner. So they work together to try and curry together all the homeowners who are going to be involved with the Historic Homes Tour. So I am just here helping to market, but Shannon is the one who helps try and put this entire program together, and she's doing a great job so far. As to regarding the process as to how to get the homeowners, I don't know exactly how they go about that, but from what I understand, Kirsten has a whole list of homes that are registered, and I think they just try and contact people who are interested. And but that's just all like conjecture. I don't really know exactly how they do it.
If you've never visited the Grandview Historic District, which is the first, I guess, district in the city of Wenatchee, it started downtown, started working up Douglas Street, Oregon Street, King Street, Franklin Street. All of those houses have historic value, and the one on King Street stands out too.
Yeah. That one is quite beautiful. It has a bunch of like flowers and vegetable gardens in the front lawn, and I've seen a couple photos of what it looked like way back in like the 50s or 70s, and it's truly a gem of a home.
Yeah, most of those homes were built. I know I owned a house in the Grandview Historic District. It was built in 1923.
Yeah.
And these are extremely well-built, well-crafted homes, back when a contractor would do 2 homes a year and not 40.
Yeah.
And you can tell. You can tell. And kudos to the homeowners, by the way, because it's easy to say no. I don't want a bunch of strangers tramping through my house, but yet they've agreed to do it because they understand the historic significance of their properties. And these are all self-guided tours. I need to mention that. You can come and go at your own volition, but it isn't free. You don't have to worry about strangers running in and out of the Wells house. That belongs to you guys.
Yeah. You know, it's definitely a new venture for the homeowners, and we're incredibly grateful that they're able to participate in this tour. It's definitely opening yourself up to the community, and that can be a little scary, but it's also incredibly rewarding for people to sort of appreciate your home with you. So another thing that I'm really excited to see is the Vredenberg apartments.
Kitty corner from where we're sitting right now.
Yeah, it's only a block away from both of us, and I'm really excited to see what that looks like. I took a photo of like the front facing area, and it's super beautiful, and it's one of the first apartment buildings that were ever built in the Wenatchee Valley. And so I think back in like the 20s or something, which must have, I mean, it was probably a novel concept back then to have like a 3-story apartment building, at least here in Wenatchee, like that. Everything else was just a regular single family home, and just to be like, we're gonna bring in condos, people were probably like, what? I don't know.
It's a cool building, and it's, I believe, and I may be wrong, but it was built at the same time as the Burke Hill Apartments on Okanagan, and now it's owned by the same company, and they've been going through the process over the last decade or so of remodeling each of the individual units to bring it back to its original glory. They've been doing a wonderful job.
That's great. Yeah. I will personally learn more about that later today. I didn't know about that. So thanks for sharing that with
the
me.
people who own the Burke Hill apartments and now own the Brandenburg, or they both bought both at the same time. And as a tenant moves out, they're going in and stripping it down and making it as authentic to the period as possible.
Wow.
Which is pretty cool.
That is really cool because honestly, a lot of the apartments that are getting built now, they all kind of look the same, cookie cutter. So it's nice to have apartments that actually have a little bit of character to them.
The complete list, by the way, for the self-guided tour, it's self-guided, 10 a.m. to 4 o'clock on Saturday the 1st. The complete list is available on the Wenatchee Valley Museum and Cultural Center's website. And then hopefully, starting in mid-July, you'll start having the kids start rolling in for your Super Summer Adventure Camps.
Yeah, that is going to start on July 14th. We are going to have 4 weeks of summer camps. Unfortunately, our robotics camps are sold out. Those are for kids ages between 10 to 11. That's sold out, unfortunately. However, we do have camps that are available for kids between ages 6 through 10. And again, that's starting on July 14th. And so we're going to have Apex Predator Power Camp, Mission Space Life Camp, Monsters, Myths, and Mysteries Camp. I always have to look back because that's a really long name. And Time Machine Quest Camp. So those are all the information on that is going to be on our website. We have a full camps page called Super Summer Adventures Camp that you can check out. And it's going to be really fun. Every year the kids just beam and love it so much, and yeah.
It's great for the kids because it keeps keeps your brain from getting soft over summer vacation, and it's the kids love it.
Mm-hmm.
They just love it. Do you mix it up every year? I mean, if you do a Super Summer Adventure Camp that just the kids just love, okay, we're bringing it back next year, or do you have to mix it up every year just to keep the curriculum different?
So it's a mix of both. Last year we had Grizzly Bear Camp, and that involved a lot of folks coming by. They brought some stuffed bears. Unfortunately, this year we're not going to have those partners, but this year we're going to have Apex Predator Power Camp, which is going to have a little bit of rehashing of the Grizzly Bear Camp, but we have other camps that are going to be completely new, like the Monsters, Myths, and Mysteries Camp. That's going to be a completely new concept, and the Time Machine Quest Camp, that's going to be delving into historic time periods and just exploring like our imagination for what the future is going to look like. So
these are all the camps that we just talked about, by the way, are for kids ages 6 to 10. The Apex Predator Camp gets things going. That's the 14th through the 17th of July. Next week it's Space Life Camp. Following week is Monsters, Myths, and Mysteries Camp, and then it wraps up with the Time Machine Quest Camp. That's just for ages 6 to 10. There are other camps as well, and when we visit again, maybe next time we'll talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, of course.
And then you got a new exhibit coming in early June. We're talking about...
We have two.
We're talking about our planet and our solar system. That's a big one.
Yes, that one is going to be really, really exciting. I will say that materials from the, it's called the Sun, Earth, Universe exhibit, and we're getting those materials from the Mobius Discovery Center. Materials from that exhibit are also going to be involved in our Mission Space Life Camp, so that'll be really exciting. But yeah, the Sun, Earth, Universe exhibit, that's going to be opening on Family Saturday, June 7th. And we also have another exhibit. It is going to be the Don Seabrook's Living Images exhibit, and that's going to go over his career photographing for the Wenatchee World for the past 4 decades. He recently retired a couple years ago, but he was a very long time photojournalist, well loved in the community, and we're going to have an exhibit showcasing his best works, and that's going to be really exciting.
Award-winning work. This guy won some serious hardware from some serious folks who know about photography.
Yeah.
And Don's a legend as far as that's concerned, although he wouldn't tell you that.
No, he is. He is a legend, and he has been here working for the Wenatchee World since the 80s and has been through thick and thin for all the different changes of Wenatchee, and we're going to chronicle essentially the transformation of Wenatchee through his exhibit, and that's going to be really exciting.
And that's, kudos, by the way, to WIT Communications of the Wenatchee World, because they own the photos that Don took, and they said, go for it.
Yeah, thank you for letting us use those photos for the exhibit. We also have a lobby case exhibit of the history of the Wenatchee World, so that's going to be really fun for folks to check out as well. The Living Images, that's going to be opening during First Friday, June 6th. But we also have a members only reception, which is going to be the day prior, Thursday, June 5th. And all the Wenatchee Valley Museum members are able to go to that reception. There will be live music from Jazz Jam Quintet. There's going to be free drinks, free food, and you get to talk with Don Seabrook. So that'll be a special event where you can sort of look at the exhibit and get a really intimate look at that.
Speaking of that, at the end of the self-guided historic homes tour on the 31st, there's also going to be a reception. That's for members only and for the people who allowed the general public to come in as well. So join the museum. You get a lot of benefits just by joining the museum.
Yeah, and you get a lot of discounts on all our programs. Like for summer camps, you get a huge discount. And for our silent film night this upcoming Friday, I don't know if that's too early to share that, but we are going to, you get a slight discount for that as well. So you get a discount on basically almost every program, and it's really, really nice. And if you get a specific membership level, you can get discounts to museums across the state or the country.
Oftentimes the discounts are free.
Yeah.
There are museums, if you get to a certain level of your sponsorship, you can go to museums all over the United States. You have to pay admission. You just whip out your card.
Yeah. So yeah, exciting stuff. Definitely look into our membership online if you're interested.
Everything that we're talking about, by the way, on the museum's website, you're going to pay to do almost anything, but you're going to get your money's worth. And you can buy tickets to everything we just talked about by going to the website. Super easy. Point, click, buy, done.
I will say for First Friday and Family Saturday, we are offering free admission. So we do have some free events. And that will be for the grand opening of both exhibits. So if you really want to take full advantage of the museum, you should come by those days, which are June 6th, June 7th.
Do you get any time off?
I get time off Sundays and Mondays.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. Tara, it's always good to see you. We'll visit again. Let's take, once a month. Let's just make this happen. All right?
Absolutely. Yeah, thanks for meeting with me today.
I'm still tired from the long drive from the TV station, though.
You know what? Same. I mean, not to the TV station. I'm just always tired.
You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. We'll be right back.
Hi, folks. Welcome to Save Mart. How can we help you today?
We're looking for a recliner.
Okay, right this way. Go ahead and move this chase on the other side. You can lift this up. Time warranty.
Great. I want that one. I would like that one.
That's a great choice.
And I want this one as well.
Okay.
And I definitely want this one.
Ooh. You'll find it at Save Mart. Full service at a low, low price.
Hey there, folks. Blueberry Carrie here to invite you on out to Blueberry Hills to experience some real treats. Take a look at our homemade cream pies, our amazing cheesecakes, and don't forget our famous banana pudding. Remember, we're more than just great treats. People come from all over the world to experience what has been called one of the best destination restaurants in the Pacific Northwest. So come on out and see what all the fuss is about. Blueberry Hills in Manson. It's where the world is coming to.
Welcome to the Gilded Lily home, where something extraordinary is waiting for you. The Gilded Lily offers a unique collection of hand-selected, carefully curated items to help you celebrate all of life's special moments. From the budding chef to the home decorator to that very special occasion, there is an abundance of delightful gifts waiting for you. The Gilded Lily home, where you can step in for inspiration and leave with beautiful items to brighten any area of your home.
Remember when you could afford to have fun on two wheels without breaking the bank? Maybe you started on a Honda Z50 or a Trail 70 or one of the most popular Hondas of all time, the Trail 90. Well, Honda and Doghouse Motorsports are making fun affordable again. Introducing the Honda Monkey, the Dax, and the new updated Trail 125, all featuring fuel-injected 4-stroke engines with electric start. The best part of all, they are affordably priced under $5,000. Whether you're just getting started or you want to get back at it, Doghouse Motorsports has you covered.
A little light rain, still 68 degrees, and here is your forecast from the National Weather Service. The clouds will eventually be departing today. It'll be sunshine by mid-afternoon anyway, but the wind is not going to be doing any departing at all. It's going to be windy all day today. It's going to be a little windy tonight, too, eventually dying down. Sunny and warm on Friday, sunny, warm, and windy on Saturday. Saturday night, another cold front rolls in, which is why we're going to be cooling back down to about 75 on Sunday and Monday. Keep in mind, that's about normal for this time of the year. Have a good and safe Thursday. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.